Alrighty, everyone. Sidebar is back for another new THL season for Titans. We are back, and my first host with me tonight is Nubs, our favourite Kiwi. Welcome to our new look
Yeah, I'm back.
to our new look show.
You look. Oh my goodness, is that sheep? Oh my God.
Welcome to
Oh, that's great.
Sidebar.
Sidebar.
Just for tonight.
I appreciate it. It's wonderful.
No, here's the real one. We're back. Also with me, I have got Oddlaw. Welcome back
Yes,
to THL,
thank you,
Oddlaw. It's
thank you.
been 5 seasons.
You
Good,
have awakened me.
good to have you back and on the show. Glad to
Um,
have you here. How have you been? How's everyone been?
yeah, well, been pretty good. Uh, Out of retirement, I guess, in a way, back here. But in the meantime, keeping pretty well. I'm getting back on ladder, getting back into the swing of how this beautiful game we call Hearthstone works. Um, and yeah, excited to finally get back into THL as well. And I'm sure you two both are excited for the new season coming, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I am back in wild, so back in my element. And
Ah, the
yeah,
best place to be, I think.
it is a place to be. We love chaos.
Yeah, it should be a interesting season. Speaking of Wild, and for sidebar, this season we'll be focusing on Wild series and Trio series. So we've picked up Trio series this season. Pro, Hero, and Legacy will be covered by Hearth Center. So looking forward to having a bit more of a deeper dive into trios this season. We didn't cover it all last season. I'm playing in trios this season, so I'm looking forward to that. Teaming up with Jespin and Righteous Jammies. So yeah, it should be interesting, and we'll see how we go. And we're actually going to jump in first up with the trios series. Now, did you play trios last season, Nubs? Were you in
I
the?
did. Yeah, no, I captained it as well. It was me, Reverb, and Jules that we had. It
Yeah,
was Bash Bros, Triple Bros Bash, as like a sort of trios from the original Bash Bros team. Yeah, it was very, very fun, even though the schedule was a bit all over the place. We started very strong and then we kind of fell off a little bit. But yeah, no, it was a very fun series.
yeah,
Nice.
certainly looks like it. Um, let's have a look at the trios teams for this season. I've got a nice little sheet here. Bye bye New Zealand background.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was so
this one.
Ooh.
beautiful.
Well, that's nice. It was nice, very refreshing. Okay, this screen. Okay, here we go. So we've got 13 teams this season
Wow.
for trios. For those that don't know how Trio Series works, it's a paid league. Everyone's putting in a little bit of money, not much, just a little bit, which the winners will take everything out. So it's like a mini Masters Tour kind of thing, with except I would never make one of those, probably. Um, yeah, 13 teams each week. I've gone blank with the term. Each week, the teams play each other based on where they are on the table. So at the
Is
moment,
that Swiss or
Swiss. That's the word. Thank you very much. That's why
yes?
I've got co-casters
Yeah.
here. They can help me with these terms. My old brain forgets when I need them. Yeah, so Swiss format, and a number of rounds, which I've also conveniently forgotten. But I think it's something like 8 weeks. And the teams that are in the top six, I believe, will be in playoffs. I'm probably wrong there again. I probably should have done a bit more research. And yeah, so as the season goes, the teams that are higher on the table will play against those teams. The teams that are lower on the table will play against the lower team. Because we've got an odd number this season, the team that is in the bottom spot on the table will get the bye, unless they've already had the bye. in which case the team above them will get the bye, which counts as a win. So that'll push them up the table a little bit more. Having a look at the teams, I've got all the banners on here as well. We had the team reveals with all of the banners over the weekend, or Friday night for trios, Saturday for us. I'll throw to you first, Oddlaw. Is there anything that stands out here? Any players in here that you can give us a bit of an insight into, or if there's any banners that you like the look of here?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for starters, everyone looks like they've been various levels of busy on Photoshop. Very interesting banners and logos coming out. I'm a big fan of the Doofenshmirtz. But taking a look at the teams, there's a lot of big names kind of dotted out through a lot of the teams. So pretty stacked roster. I'm noticing Swagoi has pretty interesting Cookie Monster, who's a very strong player. We've got Cheesemongers United with Dr. Bomb D, strong player as well, and generally strong team as well, looking like very scary, like dark horses as well as strong, obvious picks. I think my wild knowledge points me to Lasagna with Marty B captaining it as well. That looks like a very kind of team to beat from my eyes. I don't know if that's true, but I mean, some of these players, the skills transfer over, and I would be scared to face them in any format.
Yeah, well, we did have last season's winners is the W Gang, who were the L Gang last season. So they've got Lamp and Lowbrow. Both play a lot of wild, so skills do transfer. Good at wild, you're probably good at standard as well. Same as good at standard, you're probably good at wild.
Good at standard, good at wild. Yeah, exactly. The W Gang. Well, we'll see if they're the W Gang this season as well. I'm not, going back to back, especially in something like THL, is difficult to do, I would say. Has been done, obviously, but I wouldn't count out any of the teams here looking at them now. I see your name in here as well, Masha. Wouldn't count you out, don't worry. I believe in you.
I'm happy to let Jess being pilot as much as he wants to. I think as much as I rate my own skills to a certain level, I think Jess being's a little bit better than me. So, but we'll see. We'll probably share it around. Well, it depends how the season goes as well. But I think the most important thing for me this season is I just want to have a bit of fun with it. So getting to play and have a bit of a chat and enjoy the game with other people while you're playing is something that I've never done, had the opportunity to do in THL before, because it's, as much as it's a team environment, it's very much an individual game when you're playing against your opponent. You can do all the prep together as a team before the match, but when you're in the match, it's just you. So this is going to be a new experience, and I'm really looking forward to it. So, it should be a fun season. We're up against Amberflight Gaming first up, so that should be a tough matchup. I know. I think I've faced Based in a couple of series. Definitely in Legacy last season, I faced Based and lost. So. I faced a lot of 552 seeds in Legacy last season, more than I would like. But it should be a good first week with everyone sort of testing the meta and seeing what is good, what stacks up, and where things are going to settle. Nubs, did you have any teams or banners that you like the look of here?
Oh, yes. I have to give a shout out to Lamp and the W Gang. It's really quite interesting seeing Lamp's banners go from something so articulate to something very straightforward. And yeah, no, it is quite good. We did actually face Lamp's team last season and lose to them, as well as another Sussy Onion, and seeing them coming back this season, got high hopes for them. I have to give a bit of a shout out to the Big Threes banner. Just the very putting Super Chicken right in the middle. It is very on brand, and just yeah, very very cool to see. But yeah, and also seeing Amberflight Gaming coming back as well. Love those people. They are very very cool. Um, and yeah, just I love these banners. They're quite fun to look at.
Yeah, I know the banner for another Sussy Union is a wide banner now. It was in portrait format. I had made a comment in the THL channels about teams providing their logos late, which was just in jest. I knew why that the logos had been changed. But yeah, so all of the logos need to be either square or landscape, so we can have them on the THL schedule, which looks fantastic. I must say, looks really good when you go and look at who you're playing and you've got the logos there. I know the captains and the teams put a lot of work into their logos, or some of them do. Some teams just run the same logo every season, but the ones that do put a lot of work into their logos, it's great to see them more than once or twice during the season. And yeah, I think it's a good improvement. There's a lot of good improvements with THL recently. So,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
but yeah, I think
Definitely missing our hat, but
yeah, we are missing our hat. It's a
yeah.
big shoes to try and fill, for
Yeah.
sure. But yeah, definitely deserved with his new role. But for me, I think my favourite banner here. I mean, I like the big three. I like the big three one.
It's so cool.
It's really
very
hard to beat it.
Holding
It's
up.
really,
I mean,
really good.
To me, that just says that Super Chicken's going to get carried this season. I don't know if that was the intent of the banner, but that's the way I'm reading it. Is that Super Chicken's getting a carry, which
Yeah.
I'm hoping that my team will do
Yeah.
with me personally. I've been
Yeah.
around THL for 2 years now, and I've only made one playoff final. Haven't won a title yet, so if anyone wants to carry me to a title, I'm very very open to that. Maybe Neji and Diamond can put me in the middle next time, but just have to try and get to North America, up to Canada to get the photo taken.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll give an honorable mention to the the wide diamond Ragnaros. I just realized it's just
I was
stretched out to
thinking
fit the
about
format.
that. I was like, they heard portrait has to be cropped, and they're like, no.
No, we
No.
just squash
You
it.
Wide.
we're making a wide
Yeah.
portrait mode. Yeah.
Wide people are happy. That's my
Yeah,
motto.
it's-
Wide
really is.
peepo rag. It's
White
great.
people rag. But yeah, so yeah, just sort of taking a look at the teams. Did you have a team that you think is going to be taking this whole thing out? Which team here is sort of the OP team? Is there a team that you think might fly under the radar and a bit like the L Gang last season, they might swoop in and take it out from underneath people's noses? Nubs. Okay, Oddlaw first. Who you got?
Sorry. No, I was looking at Easy, and I think, their logo says it all. It's understated. They seem understated. I can't say I know these players super well. Maybe I've heard the names mentioned before, but I think something like that is always the way to have the dark horse. Oh, these people are randomly 6-0 type run.
Easy.
Yeah, and they just go, oh yeah, it was easy.
Nova Scotia. I think they're all the Nova Scotia crew up that way. I think that's what they said on the team reveal. So some people in chat probably know these guys. Some of these guys a bit better than what I do. I think Saku said that was the Nova Scotia gang.
Right.
What about the underdogs? Who are the dark horses here that might come up and take the title? Oddlaw, who's your outsider?
Let's see. Maybe Chewy's Scorpids. That's my dark horse.
The guy that made top 16 at a Masters Tour is your dark horse.
That's my dark horse.
Yep. No, all love Chewy.
Yeah, we all love Chewy. I did mention Chewy on the team reveals as one of my teams that I thought could do really well this season. I always loved having Chewy on my teams, and so he does have the worst luck in THL. You ask him, he'll tell you he's got a card that says we made a card for him that says start of game opponent shuffles their deck into perfect draw order, which pretty much happened quite a few weeks. Unlike his player in THL, but yeah, I think he could do well this season. Nubs, who's your favourite? Who's your dark horse? Give me some spicy takes.
Wow. Okay, well, I have to support my Bash Bros. Like we've got Lamp. We've got Lamp in there with the W gang, even despite losing to them. I really have high hopes for them again. But also Judo Chop has got a team this season. It's with Chewy, so I feel like there's some underdog potential in that team as well. Just Eternal and Judo with Chewy is one to sort of look out for. But also knowing Lamp and Lowbro as well, they are always very like sneaky with their wins. They always just manage to get it. They do a little bit of reverse sweeping here and there. So yeah, but no, it's got some really, really strong teams, but I'm gonna stick with my Bash brothers. And yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll stick with the big three. I think when you've got three really good players like that, I'll throw my Caster's Curse that way, and I'll avoid my team with the Caster's Curse. I don't think.
I was just thinking that's what you're doing. Yeah.
I don't think
anyone but me.
I don't think the gang gets top decked has been mentioned yet, so I'll throw a Caster's Curse on Deshamo and Lotus and Ron as well.
Not sure. It's from Mexico. My God.
Yeah. I'll just look at their team and I'm like, okay, so if they're playing Hunter, Ron's going to be piloting, and then maybe Demon Hunter. I've actually been seeing Ron play Mage on stream, so I've been calling him Ron Magico. A new name for Ron. But he was off Hunter last time I saw him, so you never know. He might not be playing Hunter. But yeah, so
blasphemy.
But yeah, so some really good logos here. We're looking forward to covering trios this season. Hope everyone has an enjoyable season with trios. Best of luck to all teams, and we'll hopefully be able to cover it really well this season and sort of delve into a bit of lineup stuff and things like that. So really looking forward to that. Next, we're going to jump across to Wild Series. All right, so Wild and Outback is back. Same sort of setup here. I'll jump into our Wild teams and our Wild logos. Not as many teams in Wild, 7 teams. Same captains as last season. Same teams for pretty much the same teams for team names. Sort of APM does a different acronym. But other than that, pretty much the same. A bit of a change in a couple of the rosters with teams returning though. So Lothos, who was the MVP, is not returning for Sleepyhead Shakers. OTZ is in his spot. Back to THL. Lamp's team, as you guys would know, has had a bit of a roster turnover with yourselves and Sicklad in with Zach and Lowbrow. My team is exactly the same. I think World Shakers has had a couple of changes. Turtle's back. Sprinkle might be new as well. Copa's not playing this season. But yeah, it's not too many changes there. Logos, I think 4 of those are the same. I do have a question for both of you though. What the hell is going on with
Listen,
Lamp's
Yeah.
logo?
we never questioned Lamp. We never questioned Lamp.
Did you guys vote on this, or what?
I think the idea
No.
was it was
Yeah.
our name is a plastered monkey, and then Sicklad went, "I'll show you a plastered monkey," and that was the logo.
He just showed us and we're like, no way. And he's like, yes, way.
I would just like
that
to
was
say
it.
that this was not an approved APM logo.
Yeah. I figured. I was like, there's no way Masha approved it.
No. People can bring the logos that they want, but when I looked at it, I was just like, I'm going to see that in my dreams. I am
Yeah.
going to wake up at
Surely
2 in the
something.
morning, and I am going to have nightmares about that logo.
Yeah, well,
It
I
is
think
it's one of the THL logos of all time. I can say that
of
much.
all time.
It
Yeah.
is
I
one
mean,
of the THL logos of all time.
it's definitely
Yes.
on the screen right now, and it's next to all the other logos, so therefore it
It
is
is one of the
also a
logos.
Yeah.
THL logo. Yeah.
Now, both of you back to THL playing this season in Wild, so both of you back to Wild.
Hmm.
How are
Yeah.
you feeling about Wild at the moment? What are the decks that you like? What are the go to decks? What are the spicy brings we're going to see? Because I know Lamps teams like to bring the spicy lineups and so a bit of unpredictability. What are we looking at? What are we?
Oh,
Don't
about
give any
Doc's our lineup.
don't give too many
Don't give
secrets
someone.
away for this week. But if you had sort of
Absolutely not.
that one deck that's your go to deck, it's just a bit of spice. What are we looking at? Give me some wild spice.
Well, for some off-meta fun, there has been a very specific secret mage list that's been going around, sort of past, from like D5 to Legend and maybe above. We've sort of, well, I say we, but like me and a few mates have been messing around with, just with the new Titan as well, just to see how that goes, and even did one very interesting list with yeah, with etc in there as well. But yeah, no, so the whole like fun with Wild Rush, you can just mess about, and there's always like, if you're like me, you always put in one card that no one else does, and you throw the opponent, just completely off, and it is quite fun. But yeah, Mage has been quite fun. Druid has been very, very fun in the sense of making your opponent rage quit. Good old wild things. Um, but yeah, there's been some very, very fun. Um, you know, Mill Druid. Mill Druid is very much back, and can sometimes even beat aggro by turn 4 or 5 if you high roll the mana. But yeah, I think Druid, and I think uh, Rogue is always fun. Rogue is very fun, but I think I lack the APM for it a lot of the time. I don't think I can play it past 11 p.m.
You
properly.
like the APM and
But
you're on an APM team.
listen, listen, just
Very
don't
ironic.
question me.
Don't worry,
I just am what I
I
am.
too lack the APM, uh, thus the irony of the team name.
Mm.
All right. Before we move back across to Oddlaw, which teams do you like here, Nubs? Who's your standout? Who's going to make the pick two teams here? Who's making the final? Which two teams are in the final this season?
Definitely us, isn't it, Oddlaw? We're definitely making it. We're going. Yeah, the
100%
past been like
us undefeated.
Can't back your
Easy.
own skills. You can't.
absolutely.
That's right.
Listen, listen, you've got two members of the same team as co-hosts. Of course, we're going to back our own team, but there are some really, really great contenders. We've got, the other APM team, Avoid Punitive Measures, which is your team, Masher. They Slate and Maxibon, and Free Bobson and MTG Squirrel, like consistently top performing players that I always see in Legend as well. And oh my goodness, Dinsey as well. Yeah, that is a very, very strong squad. And then we've
As long
also
as we don't
Mhm.
DQ, we'll be okay. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Please, no one DQ this week.
No
And
DQs
our
this
hats
season.
famous pings. Please, no DQs. We've also got, oh my goodness, we've got the Sleepyhead Shakers, we've got Seth, we've got Ots, we've got Waluigi. Oh my goodness, Tiger Eye. There's just so many great players, and despite there not being as many wild teams, I don't think there's a lack of skill in any of them. There's just such good teams. But yeah, Sleepyhead Shakers and the other APM team, and oh my goodness, yeah, Wild THL fanatics. Sorry, yeah, they're just Schmoopy and Dr. Bomb just consistently. I always see them on Hearthstone. I don't think I've ever like logged into Hearthstone and not seen them online, so I'm very scared for them. I mean, to face them, but yeah, no, very very strong players and teams.
Yeah, I think Schmoopy just lives on Hearthstone, man. I don't know if he ever logs out.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure.
All right, Oddlaw,
Respect though.
what's your dank deck that you like to play on ladder when you don't really care about your rank? What's the go-to?
Well, yeah, I mean, people would say all my decks are dank and all my decks I don't care about my ranks. So it's hard to pick just one, but I would say my go-to is likely Odd Rogue. I know it's a bit of a boring pick, but it's one of my favorite decks of all time. I love playing it. I love pulling it out. It's in the name. Uh, so that's probably one of my favorites to bring. I've been recently coerced into crafting Reno Lock, which is apparently good now according to Sicklad, but it's hard to believe a Reno Lock main because they'll always say their deck is good. You just have to know how to play it optimally every turn and blah blah blah. I really love bringing out random combo stuff. Um, you might see me bring back Clown Paladin this season,
Ooh,
maybe. I
clown.
don't
Ah,
know.
now we're getting into the spicy stuff. Clown paladin. That's what we like to hear. I've been playing some big
Uh,
paladin, but I haven't put the clowns in there. So
uh, See, I've been playing the good deck, which is the first mistake. I've been playing the version where you can draw two cards and lose the game, or you can draw one card and win the game. And it's kind of like you queue up the game and roll the dice and hope that you drew lens and not two clowns. Um, and I enjoy that kind of thrill. It's maybe not THL optimal because you can kind of throw a whole series based on not being able to draw your lens, but
you can also
uh,
high roll
exactly.
and get a spicy 15-minute THL. Thanks for coming 3-0. I I
Yes.
I I got the perfect draw in 3 games in a row, and you weren't allowed to play the game. So those
And then
decks
you
have their
screenshot it,
place.
put it on Twitter, and then everyone flames you because you're just a dirty high roller. That's exactly what you want to do in
I think
THL.
I think we had that. I think it was even in the semi-final last season. I had 2 games played close together, and one person is like, that I wasn't allowed to play the game. That was that was completely like I just wasn't allowed to play the game. And then the other person comes in and goes, I rolled, kind of. It's like I just had the perfect games, the perfect draws, and it's like, okay, the duality of the wild man kind of thing. It's just
Well, it's also like you look at this roster of stacked people and you're like, well, if I can't beat them the natural way, why don't I just high roll them and win that
if you
way?
can't beat
Uh,
what's your rank though? Like if you can't beat them the natural way, don't you hang around the top ranks or?
yeah, I mean, at the moment I'm 200 legend. Last season I finished 22 legend. Normally I finish in top 50. Since I've returned. And even before I returned, it's normally where I like to sit.
Yeah, there
Uh,
you go.
so,
Nothing to
but
worry about. None of these guys are out of your range then.
no, no, I wouldn't say that. I do see a lot of these guys on ladder, um,
And,
quite often.
and Lamp was confident enough to stick you in the 1 seed.
Oh, well, that's we all make mistakes, and he'll see how it
Oh,
goes this
make
season.
How
And
much did you pay Lamp Nubs to get the 5 seed? I want to know.
Listen,
I want to know that too. Yeah, I want the five seed.
I was in third, and I was like, Lev, you cannot keep me. I will mess this up. And I definitely didn't send 2 packs of the latest expansion for the fucking fifth seed. Definitely not. Nope.
Definitely not. All right, Oddlaw. Who? In all seriousness, who
Yeah,
is your favorite? Who's going to take it out? Like we discussed this
man.
we discussed this before we went on stream, particularly about a certain team that's made every final. Um, is that one of the teams you think will make the final this season, or have you got another team in mind?
Well, when you see all the names in front of you, you realize that kind of every team is has the ability to be stacked. There's like insane players at every seed in every team. So Nubs, you're not really that safe at fifth seed even.
Oh,
You're
damn
gonna
it.
have to play against Tiger Eye at some point, who notoriously like randomly finishes rank one all the time. So yeah. But let's see. In terms of teams, obviously, the APM team we've already talked about. Very good team, fully stacked, classic masher. Um, F12 Viridian speaks for itself. They've got like insane players at every seed. Um, Sleepyhead, same thing, insane players at every seed. I would actually say World Shakers underrated. Well, maybe not underrated, but underrated in this particular conversation. They obviously have THL veterans and ladder grinders, and I know Gumby just came back to the game as well and has been tearing it up on ladder. Sinferno, I think, just hit top 10 today, so definitely a team to look out for. Would be very scared of that team. I think my pick to take it all out, probably World Shakers as my favorites. And then THL Fanatics, I want to give them my underdog shout just because I love the players on that team. They're all such cool guys and very long-term veteran, great players as well. Good to see Labore still hanging around, and Electric Sheep, awesome dude, Schmoopy, notorious Granddad Dr. Bomb, also veteran. So I think that's probably my underrated team and one that could sneak up and take it out from all of us.
Yeah, I gave my sort of the three teams on team reveals being Viridian and Shakers and my team, as I thought would be the top three. But I think your team is pretty good. Like yourself, Sicklad. I know you guys regularly hang around top 50. Even Zach as well, and Lowbrow, and Nubs is gonna get. You're gonna go at least 50% in this season, Nubs. You're gonna get your wins.
Craig, I would like to go back to
I have
me in
faith.
season 1. 70%.
I have faith. What's it? 1, 2, 3, 6 matches. The 6 matches in a bye. I have faith you're gonna get at least three wins, regular season. I have faith.
Prague for Nubs.
We're gonna stem through all the tech. Don't worry. I've got so many things lined up for you, and it's gonna go well.
Nice.
It's gonna go perfectly.
It's a lab team. What could go wrong?
His
last words.
Yes.
But yeah, so best of luck to all the teams for Wild Series this season. Hopefully everyone has a good season, and may the best team take out the title. And I'm hoping my team's the best team. But if it's not, whoever takes it out is going to be deserved winners. Now, a second ago, Oddlaw, we did. You did mention your name to do with Odd Rogue. I am interested. Where does your gamer tag come from? I've always been interested.
Yes. I know it seems like I played a lot of odd decks, and so I called myself Oddlaw, like the odd deck law. But actually, I had an old gamer tag, Swaldo, that I used for another video game, and flipped it for this game. And then it just kind of, when I returned to playing Wild a long, long time ago, it just kind of sounded good to me. And then it worked out well that odd decks were a thing. And it's stuck kind of ever since then. And
so it's like
is that
like the Oddlaw character from Where's Wally from Waldo?
Yeah, so it used to be like the Where's Waldo character. That was my old.
Would you believe that I've had a Waldo, an Oddlaw, hidden in every screen so far tonight?
They psych right now.
I don't know if I believe you.
Oh my goodness! I see it under F2L.
What? It's like you knew.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. That was such a long shot guess. I don't know how you knew that my name. We didn't prepare this, and you also never have talked to me about my name. So it's funny that you have guessed that. Oh my god, you're right. You've kind of shattered my world. You are the real world shaker tonight, Masha.
There he is.
Let's go.
Hidden behind the kangaroo.
Wait, was there in the Kiwi screen as well, or?
Oh yeah,
there was Waldo on the Kiwi. What? Oh no!
The trios screen here. Trios. See if you can spot it. Tell me where it is.
Best.
Oh my god!
Behind best.
Right behind best.
There it is.
Yeah.
Where is he hiding? Where's he hiding on this screen? On the regular screen? Where's Oddlaw?
Behind the mug.
Behind the mug.
Yeah.
And sidebar, the original screen. Where's he hiding?
If I don't find
the Kiwi screen.
Oh my god, you're kind of blowing my mind. I'm gonna have to take a minute after this show and just
It's just like,
think if Masha has all my details somewhere and he's got cybersecurity experts
listen,
hacking into me,
no,
and
that's my that's my
it's
field.
There he is.
terrifying.
Behind the THL logo there.
Oh my goodness. I was looking in the sheep. I'm like, there has to be a sheep joke here, but no.
Oddlaw's not in the sheep. Let's not start rumors.
Oh my goodness.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
No, no, no.
I am half Kiwi, so
Yo, let's go.
There you go.
it's the Kiwi part.
It is the
This is the
Kiwi
Kiwi.
show.
This is a Kiwi show now.
Oh my goodness. Well, Masha, that's just the whole.
That was
It's terrifying that you guessed
It
that's
woke me
the
right
origin
up.
of my name, because a lot of people would just see that name and think it's an odd deck name. So
Yeah.
that's very scary.
No. I want to do a couple of things just to keep it entertained. I was just saying if I made them sort of like very hard to spot initially, and I was thinking how long can it go until somebody can spot them if somebody
I
does.
saw all these weird things and I was like, man, Masha, I don't know, this photoshopping's pretty good, but like there's some weird little extra pixels here. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah. Speaking of new things for the show, I'm gonna have a different mystery a different mystery thing each week. So it'll change every week as part of the show. So for this week, I have got something I like to call questions without notice. So I've got some questions for my hosts. They haven't been prepped about these questions. We're just going to ask the hosts a few questions and see what answers we get coming back the other way. So first question, I'll go to Nubs first. Nubs, who would you team with in trios and why? So two people. Who I know you played trios last season. Maybe you wouldn't team with the same people. Maybe I don't know. They sort of when you were piloting, they were telling you you're doing the wrong thing or telling you the wrong things. I don't know. But if you team with any two people, I can see people in the chat already saying, "Pick me, Nubs, pick me." I can see Azalea and Geranium there. They want to be picked. Pick me. Who would you team with and why? I mean, Oddlaw's half Kiwi now, so.
Oddlaw's half Kiwi.
It's probably Oddlaw and King Viking because then you got the Kiwi team. So
King Viking is Kiwi? My goodness.
Pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I know he's on your time zone.
Another Kiwi? Oh, another Kiwi? My goodness. I didn't know there was one more in THL.
But which two players? Are you going to go with the all Kiwi team here, or is there a team of people that like the same kind of music, or what do we?
Oh, okay. There's a lot of people like that kind of music. Well, Masha knows quite well. We are house enjoyers, so
yes.
house enjoyers. But oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna do this as I have to start fresh, and I can't have more Bash Brothers because I will always go back to Bash Brothers, right? So, without with not including any Bash Bros people, I think I would definitely pick Oddlaw. I think it would be very, very fun to have. And then Geranium. Surely Geranium has been really, really awesome past couple of weeks, and I think it'd be really nice to have him on a team. And no, Azalea, you are my pick for the sub. You can sub for me. Yeah, those are my picks.
It sounds like a good team. Oddlaw, who are your two teammates in trios next season?
Well,
Oddlaw team.
Nubs has already picked me, so I feel like we have to stick together. But
Hey.
Honestly, in my perfect world, I'd probably want to pick up like lasagna and you know what? Lasagna and Nubs. Just that's my dream team. It'd be like us two struggling along, and Lasagna would appear with no collection on the server, and he would somehow like sweep every week, and we would do really well. That would be my team.
Alrighty. Next question. I'll start with Oddlaw this time. What is your go-to food? What is your
I'm
go-to
already
food?
so on edge after you've sussed out the origin of my name. My go-to food. Okay. So if it's a meal, it's Korean. It's Korean barbecue or something.
Ooh,
Any
nice.
form of Korean, but Korean barbecue. If it's a snack, it's some kind of chips. Probably salt and vinegar chips.
Yeah,
They're my two comforts in
I'm
life.
I'm feeling that.
Yeah, I'm
That
getting hungry, you
I'm
know.
on board with those. Yeah, that sounds really good. What about you, Nubs? What's your go-to food?
Listen, I love making food a lot, but when I have to, if I have to pick like one cuisine, I love Korean too. It's really nice, but I think like comfort wise, I'm unironically, I just think of fish and chips like comfort food, like fresh fish. I love going down to the fish market,
Can you,
getting
what?
like fresh fish and chips, unironically, and just like having it with like, like a lemon wedge and like some really nice like fresh salad and just grabbing herbs from the garden. Like that is like my hug meal, you know?
I'm not
Like I
surprised
really, really enjoy
with
that.
the pick of fish and chops.
Fish and chips. A very Kiwi answer, I know, but it
Very
is very
Korean.
comforting.
Yeah,
But yeah,
grab your fish and chops. You got your beer in
fish and
your
chips.
chili bin.
Listen, yeah, and the crab stick. Always grab a little cheeky
Oh, I
crab
love a
stick from
crab stick.
Love a
Yeah,
good
they're
fake crab
good.
stick.
Yeah.
Oof.
Love a crab stick.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
snack as well, but I'm not really sure. I think it's a little chalky is always nice after a meal. But yeah,
Yeah.
Whitakers, always Whitakers.
Of
Love
course
New
you would
Zealand
say
chocolate.
that, yeah.
Of course I would. Peanut slab
Whitakers.
Whitakers or almond gold just hits the spot.
It's got to be
Now
Cadbury
I'm hungry. What?
Yeah, it's a trap now. We're all just gonna try and have to
from Once
sort
Chocolate
out food
now.
after this. Yeah.
Oh no.
All right. Next question. I've got a couple more questions. Next question. What is your Nubs? We'll go to you again. What is your favorite Hearthstone card of all time?
No. No,
If you
I
have
knew
to
this
pick,
question was
if you
coming.
have to pick one, I'll let you pick two. Like if you can, if you
Okay.
can't stick with just like a couple of
Mm.
favorite cards of all time.
So around when I joined Hearthstone, I was always doing solo adventures all the time and heroics. That was my thing, and because of that, I loved League of Explorers and Reform. Reform has always held like a very, very special place for me, and especially when I'd make like the custom decks to beat the heroics. This is before Zelgraz and all the others did like YouTube videos on how to defeat the heroics. Um, and I don't know, Archthief for farm just seemed so cool to me, especially with the little adventure that you do to like defeat him. So I've always really enjoyed the reform cards. They're not necessarily good, but they're fun, and I just
You're right. They're
really
not
enjoyed them.
necessarily good. Um,
No, they're not. There's that one, or there's Elise. Like shuffle the
Ooh.
map of the golden monkey. I loved that druid deck. Just shuffling idols like crazy, and then having the golden monkey, and it's how I like consistently played wild as well. That was one of the most fun decks. Like even Jade Druid, but also golden monkey Jade Druid.
yeah,
So
I
yeah,
I know
Elise
there's
and yeah.
I know there's been quite a few people within THL that have also have a love of monkey decks.
Yeah.
There has been some monkey decks been played in the last, well, since I've been in THL. I remember there was a whole season of monkey decks,
Mm.
turtle, and maybe canoe of note
Mm.
players of note with their love of monkey decks.
Yeah, we'll give a shout out to Anubra Khan, which is literally me as a Hearthstone card. Geranium
Yeah,
just reminded me. It's not my favorite, unfortunately, but it is just literally
it's
me
got your
in
name on it,
Hearthstone.
so
It's
I'm
got my
actually
actual name on it.
I'm actually a little filthy at the moment because I log into a streamer, they're playing Mage, and all I
Mm.
see in chat is Reverb. Reverb this,
Yes.
Reverb. He's not here
Yeah.
tonight. He will be. He will
No.
be our show co-host this season. He's not here tonight. But yeah, everywhere like the streamers, all the people in chat, constantly giving shout outs to Reverb.
Hilarious.
Been seeing
Reverberations.
yeah, we'll use the whole.
Reverberation.
Everyone shortens it. Everyone shortens it. And just call it reverb. I'm
Yeah.
like, wait. Like, there's been a few bone something cards, but it's not Masher. That's not.
No, they'll do it.
Your
Surely.
time will come, yeah,
We'll just
eventually.
tweet at them. We'll tweet propaganda, be like, wow, Bone Masher sounds like a great card name. Oh, listen.
But yeah, I mean, he's got to enjoy it while he can because it doesn't. He's got his little time to shine now. Reverb. I'm sure.
I had my time with the
I'm
new
sure
Blue
I'll have my fun with the reverb card throughout the rest of the season on this show. I'm sure we'll make some references to reverb and reverberations. I'll come up with a few things with that. I'm sure. Bone Shredder is not. It's not close enough. It's not close enough. But yeah. So Oddlaw, what are your favorite cards of all
Man,
time?
I think over the year, I mean, okay, we're excluding Gidra. I'm just gonna put that out there. Gidra is probably my unanimous favorite, but it's also very gimme obvious pick. Some unconventional picks you might not expect. Blade of Cthulhu, the very, very old Rogue Cthulhu card, brings me back so many good memories of like before I'd ever hit Legend, playing Tempo Rogue with Cthulhu in it and like 9 mana 4/4, destroy a minion, give it stats to Cthulhu. Um, Very terrible card in today's standards, but it just at that time was won so many games for me. Was the card I was looking for when I was playing that deck, and brought me a lot of joy. And also pretty cool art. It's like a scared dude. He's like scared of his own power. So I was a big fan of that card. And then probably one of my all-time favorites, especially to play, is Stormbringer from Shaman. Especially in Even Shaman, when that was the win con, when Even Shaman was bad, like could run bad cards because there weren't enough good cards yet.
Uh-huh.
Um, Nowadays, obviously, we have all the good cards printed, perhaps too many. I know we're cutting eels now, which is a whole other thing. We're now cutting the namesake of Even Shaman. Um, so yeah, Stormbringer, like full board of terrible 0/2 totems, and then you transform into all these legendaries, and then you win the game off it. It was just, it's awesome. That's probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, I think back to the decks that I've played far too much of that it's enough meta stuff that I'm like, okay, I just feel like playing something. I'm just gonna play a bit. I'm gonna build a deck around this card, and I'm just gonna try and play it. So for me, it's always in big and like every wild expansion for a while there, I would just start with Embiggen and then build an Embiggen deck to like to play the first couple of weeks of the season, and then
Wow,
try and recover my rank after that. But
you're a
Embiggen,
man after my own heart. Oh my
Embiggen was
god.
one for me. The other card that I've always loved is Hakar the Soulflayer. Shuffling the bloods, corrupted bloods into your deck. A bit hard to get on the board these days as a 10 mana
Yeah.
card. But I do remember being involved in World of Warcraft when they had the whole hacker incident where people's
I
people's
know what you're talking about.
people's just died. Everyone like 75,
Yeah.
80% of the server populations were just dead because of the bug, where everyone was just keeping the debuff or whatever it was. Um,
Wow.
yeah, I know. I couldn't basically. You just couldn't log in. I couldn't log into the game until they fixed it. But yeah, I've always liked Hacker. I do have a clip in the APM server, which of a Dragon Rogue game. I used to before THL. I used to hang out in Keith Numbers streams a lot, and he used to play the decks that people submitted, which was a lot of fun. So I submitted a Dragon Rogue deck, and he had a game against Odd Warrior where we had to use. Anyway, we had a full board of dragons pretty much, and because we'd used the secret passage to get the dragons onto the board, we also had a lot of dragons in hand. So when they brawled and cleared the board, it was replaced with another full board of dragons, and then they conceded, and it was a turn 4 or something, and it was really funny.
My God.
But it's my favorite moment of Hearthstone of all time. Just when you get such like a high roll like that. I do like decks like that. I played and if there's another one, it's definitely tip the scales. Murloc Paladin. I played a lot of Murloc Paladin. All right, so we're getting close to the end of the stream. Questions without notice. You did mention in there that Nubs, that one of your favorite characters was Rafarm. Well, I did say that we were going to do an announcement about the new THL show, which is going to be on 9 a.m. on Saturday. So I have a bit of a reveal of the show name and the theme of the show. And I'll speak a little bit more about the show as well. So I'm going to put up the name of the show, and this is our opening screen for the show. Thank you to Saku for putting the artwork together. So, new show name is called Out of Your League, and
Wonderful.
it is a League of Explorers theme with the show. So
See, now I have to show up. This is perfect.
yeah,
Look
so
at that
this
Reno,
is
oh my
I
God.
just love this opening screen. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, shout out Saku. Looks really
Yeah,
good.
it's beautiful, man.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. So, looking forward to it. So, we had a little bit of a teaser with the trios and Wild and Pro team reveals. I put a little bit of information out, not too much information so far, but yeah. So, a new show is called Out of Your League. It's going to be myself, Azalea, Akari, and Dankus Dad. Dankus Dad is also going to be on
No
the show
way.
as well. So the show is going to be, we're going to have 2 guests on each week. People that have played together in or are friends in THL. We're going to have 2 people on. We're going to have a bit of a get to know the people of THL. Ask them a few questions, have a bit of a chat. And then we're going to move into a trivia quiz game kind of aspect of it. So Dankus Dad's going to be our quizmaster, and he is going to be he's going to have Azalea. Most weeks this is how it'll work. It'll be Azalea competing against the other 2 guests with Dankus as the quizmaster. I'll be opping and doing all the things in the background. If there's weeks that Azalea is not there or Dankist is not there, we can get an extra person in, or I'll probably jump in and do those roles. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So sort of having that show where we're getting to know the people of THL. I was speaking with a few people about how I could have a look at the teams that are listed. Sorry, I just had a cough there. I can have a look at the teams that are listed. Unless I've actually played with people, I don't actually know that much about a lot of the people unless I've actually played with them. So this could be an opportunity to sort of get to know people a little bit better. Really looking forward to having as many people as we can on the show. It doesn't have to be people that have been around THL for a long time. You could be new to THL. It could be your first season. Anyone that wants to come on the show. Let myself, Azalea, or Dankus Dad know that you're interested, and this is who wants to come on. We've already got 3 groups of 2 already that have said that they're looking to come on the show. So that at least gets us a few weeks to sort of start the show off. But yeah, we will be looking for people throughout the season to get on. So I'm excited for it. I know Dankus and Azalea are excited for it as well. But yeah, it should be a lot of fun and something a little bit different from the shows that we've got at the moment. But yeah, so yeah, if Nubs, if you can make, I know it's an hour later. I mean, it's pretty late already for you at the moment? Is it,
Listen, I can definitely make it if it's a Saturday night. It'll be like Sunday, won't it? Sunday night? Or
yeah, well, for
am I
me,
thinking wrong?
it's Saturday at 11 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
So in Melbourne, so in
Yeah,
it's 9 a.m.
I'm two
Eastern,
hours
so
ahead.
11. You're
Yeah.
2 hours ahead, so it'll be 1 a.m. 1 to 2.
I should be able to make it, I think. I don't think I. Yeah. It should be fine unless I'm out that weekend, but
But yeah, so
I
if
could
anyone
likely
if
make
anyone
it.
is interested coming on the show, this is what it is. It's out of your league. Get to know the people
Mm.
of THL. Have a bit of fun doing it as well. Have a bit of trivia. Really looking. Dankest is has been involved in putting some trivia stuff together. I know we had
Oh, I love
a few
trivia.
little episodes, a few little segments on her sender where we've had sort of the four cards and which deck is it from and things like that. So he's sort of got license to go and do all of that and put some things together, and I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah.
Awesome.
All right, so we'll go
Yeah.
back to the main screen, the Kiwi screen. We'll put it on the Kiwi screen.
Yes, let's go.
I'll be honest, that whole time I was looking at the Reno looking for the Waldo. I was trying, it's like, oh, it's
You
hidden
were
really well
actually
this
looking
time.
for
Yeah.
Goodness.
And put him over the flag. Yeah, that was a bit of fun. I thought someone might spot it,
I
but yeah,
can't believe you didn't put the Kiwi flag in there. You put the Australian one.
that's the Kiwi
It's
flag.
the Kiwi flag, yeah.
Is
It's
it?
definitely
No,
the
it's not.
Kiwi
It's the
flag.
Red Stars. What?
It's the
Oh,
red
that's
stars.
that's
That's
the
your
Kiwi
flag.
one.
Yeah.
We've
Oh
got
my gosh.
we've got the
Listen,
seven-sided
I'm
star
colorblind and I can't tell
underneath the
red,
Union
so
Jack.
it doesn't look red to me.
Very red.
That's the
Oh,
Kiwi flag.
yeah.
Yeah. Nubs, did you have any final words before we end the show tonight? Did you? What did you?
Um.
And thank you for coming onto the show.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's always good to be back and represent New Zealand, I guess, even though I didn't recognize the flag. Oh, God. No, that was genuinely colorblindness. But yeah, no, I will say I did have a peanut slab in the time we were just waiting because Bone Masher got me hungry. But yeah, no, this was really great, and I'm looking forward to seeing how THL goes, and on the same team as Oddlaw as well. We'll see how Wild goes. Yeah.
And Oddlaw, did you have any last words?
Yeah, absolutely. It's really fun being on this. I'm really glad to kind of get my feet back into THL. Obviously, it's been a while, so still kind of getting used to everything, getting back into the groove, but keen to maybe surprise some people with our results, at least on our wild team with Nubs.
Mm.
I think it'll be a really fun season in all the formats as well. Just excited, especially going to the new expansion to see what people bring the first few weeks. It's always a time where you see some really, let's say, interesting decks being brought. So
Yes.
keen to see what comes up in the coming season.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to reviewing the week one decks next week. Some of the brings.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, a bit of housekeeping. If you are looking to get on any THL shows to have your match streamed, please hit up the appropriate channel in the THL Discord. I know Wild9 and Saku, I think, are looking for matches. If you are looking to play on stream, always happy to have you on stream. And also, as a bonus this season, if you do play on stream, you get a ticket in the raffle draw. There's a giveaway this season. If you play on stream, you get extra tickets in the draw for some packs. I believe it's for packs. Also, you can tune in later tonight, which is tomorrow for everybody else on the below the equator. In our time zone, you can tune in later tonight for Hearth Center. They'll be back this week, probably looking at the Pro Hero and Legacy series, and also the first show for Out of Your League will be Saturday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Thank you to Nubs and Oddlaw for being on the show, and thank you for everyone that's been in chat. It's been really good to see quite a few people in there giving us a few tips and pointers along the way for things that we can talk about to keep things entertaining. Until next week, best of luck for the opening round of THL. And good night.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.